It's another cold morning. You can see, as I zoom in on here, there's quite a, I guess it's called a hoarfrost on everything, which is pretty, if nothing else. The beauty of winter. Well, on a cold winter day, here's a brief little update on the chicks, which are not really so little anymore, that hatched back at the beginning of November there. They're doing quite well. They kind of have free run in the barn. They're getting big enough we don't even lock them up at night. They roost up with the older hens who are also in the barn. But can't really say it enough. This breed is just tough as nails when it comes to temperatures. It doesn't faze them. Looks like it's snowing out, but it actually isn't. It's the hoarfrost just kind of melting off, or melting off the branches in the sun and falling to the ground. It makes it look like it's snowing, but as you can see, it's completely clear out. So it's coming off those big shagbark hickory trees for the most part, and makes it look all magical. As the cows eat their hay on this cold morning. Another group of our partridge chanticleers. These ones actually are in a nice spot because this is a nice south-facing coop, and even though it's pretty cold out, pretty comfortable in here right now. I think they're quite happy. Not keeping you from your food, I know. Calling his ladies over. Well, we're up in the loft, and if you've got livestock that eat hay, this is definitely something that every single year you've got to be prepared to have. And this year we've done far better than we've ever done in the past because we actually had somewhere to store it. But just kind of looking at our inventory, this is our pile of second cut bales. We're kind of estimating, but we think there's about 60 of those left. Which is not too bad. We didn't store as many of those. And these are all of our first cut bales, and we figure there's about 130 left. Again, that's an estimate. So, needless to say, we're not sitting bad as we're coming into the beginning of February, but we are going to have to see about purchasing a couple more bales of hay. Probably a couple round bales. Definitely, if you've got hay-eating, grass-eating livestock of any type, hay storage is a huge yearly thing to prepare for and sort out. So next year we'll see if we can do even better than this year. The truck won't start, which, I mean, is not an uncommon thing, but we just have been finding, for the working from home and everything this year, we don't drive the vehicles as much as we used to, and the downside of that is if they don't run all the time, sometimes you get little issues like this. So we got it plugged in. We're going to give that a few hours. Pretty certain it's gonna go, but we'll see. Hopefully it's not something more major. It's just cold. But another one of those downsides of being prepared and ready with everything.
Or being not prepared.
Well, or being not prepared. Basically, being prepared can be as simple as having your extension cords where you can get at them no matter what the weather's throwing at you, because essentially what we've had happen is obviously a few snows and some pretty cold weather, but also ice. With the fluctuating temperatures, we get it all, which is fine, but we had the tractor, which is covered up there, which, hey, we got that done, so that's a positive. But we have it plugged in to a trickle charger for the battery, which makes a huge difference. But the cord for that, which runs from the barn, is covered by all this wonderful snow and ice. So when we went to uncover it, all we have to do is run from the tractor to the truck, and without a fair bit of labor we weren't getting that out. So this is just a temporary fix up, but it just goes to show you that even the little things when you're trying to be prepared can affect you, slow you down.
By Friday, it's supposed to be back above 0 Celsius. So
that's
how's that for crazy weather?
Yeah, that's definitely one of those
Minus
things.
30
to
0.
And the temperature swings are hard on the animals too. I mean, most of the animals we have take it pretty well. They don't seem to be too bothered with it.
The one thing with the temperature swings and things like that is you can't get complacent. You've got to always be watching your animals because you need to notice those little signs of if something is bothering them.
I've been having some issues with Nikki here, the mare. She's how old is she?
She is going to be 24 this year.
Yeah, so she's getting up there, and
what was that, 3 weeks? No, 4 weeks. Just before Christmas, she colicked very badly.
She almost colicked.
Almost colicked, yeah.
We caught it just in time, but that was just sort of that being vigilant and being prepared to deal with it when it happens.
Yeah,
and we caught it. She's kind of recovered from it. We're not really sure what happened.
She still had 2 more bouts again, but not major. Just by watching her, we were able to catch them and walk her and do the things that you need to do when your horse colics. And
yeah.
But again, it's vigilant. You have to be watching all the time.
Well, and that's another aspect of being prepared. If you've got animals, no matter what they are, you've got to basically be prepared for whatever happens, whenever it happens. Or you risk losing the animals.
2 o'clock in the morning, walking for hours.
Yeah, exactly.
In minus 20.
Well, and Murphy's Law on animals is if it's going to happen, it's going to happen when you don't really want to have to deal with it. Everybody today is quite content despite the temperatures. And
at least it's sunny. It's cold, but it seems pretty, which makes it bearable.
But on that note, we're going to bring some wood in and go inside for the rest of the day.